This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 18 and verse 22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. Shalom. All glorification, honor, and praise is due only unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who taught us the truth, along with the bishops and elders who are out here ruling and teaching well. Salutations to you, Akim, out there pushing this word on the four winds. The ruling class of Israel, 144,000 in service to prophets, along with the rest of the remnant, consisted of men, women, and children among Israel who believe. I'm Shamar Ma through with a quick article going into how Ham, all right, the so-called Africans continue to push back, all right, against the whore and the false prophet, all right, the whore being America, all right, Babylon the Great, the false prophet being the Roman Catholic Church. Ham is not under that spell no more. And some of these bishops and cardinals, so-called, who serve the papacy, they very well could be Israel. There's a lot of Israelites on that continent, all right, the continent of Africa, which is really the land of Ham. But ever how it goes, this is Bible prophecy, and there's a big split, all right. There's a lot of division within, okay, the so-called Catholic Church, which the word Catholic means universal. You got, again, especially, all right, among the Hamites, all right, who oppose, all right, the Papacy'S position on this abominable lifestyle, man. I mean, it's an abomination. We just read it in the law, okay? Which, these, Catholics, they don't regard the law, such commandments of the Bible. They don't push that. They serve up that Catholic wine, that nasty stank dogma. I mean, look at the Pope, man, wearing that hat. That's the worship of the fish god, man, Dagon. Matter of fact, and that's in the scriptures. Hold on. That's where they get that from, man. All right, this says when you type in Dagon in the Bible, it says the first entry. Okay, you can go to who was Dagon in the Bible. Oh, you know what? That's not going to let me really read. Gotquestions.org. All right. Who was Dagon in the Bible? Dagon was the chief deity of the Philistines. The Philistines were them Hamites, man. Okay, the so-called Africans. It says in the worship of this pagan god dates back to the 3rd millennium BC. According to ancient mythology, Dagon was the father of Baal. He was the fish god. Dag in Hebrew means fish, and he was represented as a half-man, half-fish creature. So, I mean, you can do your own reading on that. I mean, that's where that hat comes from. So these people have nothing to do with the Bible. They hijack the scriptures, and again, it talks about the false prophet winding up in a lake of fire and brimstone, which is the United States of America, by the way. All right, that's for the leader at the IUIC. All right, and anyone else who preaches an underground, hell. Okay, so let's get into this real quick. Hey, man, again, whether these are are Hamites or Israelites, okay, who just have Hamitic features, it don't matter, man. They sick and tired, all right, of that agenda being pushed on their people, man. Okay. It says, hold on, before I read it, Slakia, let me get on another scripture, because Ham is really up in arms, man, and he's chasing Esau right out of this world. And that's Bible prophecy. The book of Job, the 18th chapter, talks about it. Talks about this man being chased out of the world. Let me get that. And I'm going to get right to the point in Job, the 18th chapter. All right, this is Job chapter 18. In verse 16. His roots shall be dried up, talking about Esau. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. He shall be driven from light into darkness. See, right now, the so-called white man is bearing the light in this world, this wicked world. He's got the light on the left-hand side. Really, the real light bearers are the elect men, and starting with Yahweh Shai himself, all right, the Redeemer of the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect. He's the light bearer. He said, I am the light of the world, all right? But in this world, all right, in this age, that's Esau, okay? He's the one bearing the light. Lucifer, okay? It says, beginning with his elites, Slakia, beginning with them fake JOOZ, International Banking Family. All right, it says in verse 18, he shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world. All right? And literally they're chasing this man out of their world. Okay? They don't want it. They understand that even nature teaches you that sticking your rod in another man's ass is off, is sick, is twisted, is demented, is perverse, is perverted, is profane. Okay? Nature nature itself teaches you certain things. Like, for example, long hair being on a man. That's off. Okay? Men wearing female apparel, that's off. Women wearing male apparel, that's off. That's just nature that tells us certain things. Okay? And the greatest rebuke yet to Pope Francis, the Catholic bishops of Africa and Madagascar issued a unified statement Thursday refusing to follow his declaration, allowing priests to offer blessings to same-sex couples and asserting that such unions are, quote, contrary to the will of God, end quote. Right, it is contrary to the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. We just read it. Okay, it's sick. And that's why Sodom, Gomorrah, and the neighboring cities around about them were set on fire and burnt up. Okay, for pushing that kind of lifestyle. All right, for allowing that kind of abomination to flourish. All right. See, all this pride is going to be dealt with in the very near future. Okay. Nuclear fires coming to America, compliments of the intercontinental ballistic missiles. All right, and the chariots of the Lord. All right, this earth is going to be purged of all wickedness. Yeah, man. It says that statement signed by Congolese Cardinal Fridolin and Bongo on behalf of the symposium of African National Bishops' Conferences marked the closest thing to a continent-wide dissent from the declaration Francis approved December 18, allowing priests to offer such blessings. Yeah, so they're not putting up with ease, wickedness no more. They're pushing back. All right, they're fighting back. All right, they're calling it out for the wickedness that it is. All right, that declaration from the Dicastery for the Doctrine of the Faith has sent shockwaves through the Catholic Church, thrilling Alphabet Plus Catholics as a concrete sign of Francis' message of welcome, but alarming conservatives who fear core doctrines of the church are being ignored or violated. The controversy has deepened a growing chasm between Francis's progressive, reform-minded papacy and the conservative church in much of the world, especially Africa, where the number of Catholics is growing at a faster rate than anywhere else. All right, so yeah, there's a chasm, okay, between the progressives and the conservatives, which all of them are wrong. All right, Catholicism, again, Catholic means universal. The Bible is not a universal book. The Bible is for the Israelites. All right, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You're the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of, along with the Israelite foreigners and speckled birds. And a lot of those cardinals and bishops on the continent of Africa could very well be Jake. Okay? Again, our people are mingled among all nations. All right? And will look like all nations. So I'm going to end it up with a scripture out of the book of Revelation, the 19th chapter. And this is Revelation chapter 19, verse 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet. Okay, we know the beast. All right, NATO, the EU. All right, that beast system, all right, is run by Esau. All right, again, starting with the dukes of Edom, the elites of that nation. All right, which would be the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, etc. All right, the NATO, the EU. All right, the whore. America, okay? It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet. All right, who's the false prophet? The Roman Catholic Church, man. All right. And with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. All right, charagma, the microchip. Okay, it says, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. Again, that's the United States of America. That's Babylon. This place is going to be turned into a lake of fire. There is no underground hell. All right. America is going to burn for an extremely long period of time. Okay. It says these both were cast alive into a lake of fire, burning with brimstone. Verse 21, and the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse. Who sits upon the horse, which is really describing a chariot. All right, Yahushua. All right, of him that sat upon the horse, because he's coming back. This chapter tells you on a white horse. All right, aka a great big old fathership, a chariot. All right, so-called UAP, so-called UFO. It says, of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. All right, so that's the end, okay? That's going to be the end of all this so-called Catholic dogma and philosophy that's been pushed throughout the four corners of the earth by Esau, all right? And not only Esau, but he's at the forefront of it, all right? All these heathen are pushing that shit too, but, you know, hey, things are changing, okay, because we're at the end, man. All right, we're at the end. So, Lord willing, you was edified by this quick lesson. With that, I want to say shalom, and it's on to the next video.